marionettes, like those dolls that have little strings attached to them, I think they're terrifying. Who wants to be around something that's just like disembodied that somebody else is controlling? That sounds horrible. I'm not about marionettes. Hi, I'm Lacey J. I'm an entrepreneur who started a social media agency at age 22. Weird, I know. I've been niching it down and building it up over the last 11 years, and a long 11 years they have been. Being on social media so much is hard on my and my team's mental health, so we work to find routines, balance, and focus on ethics that keep us showing up authentically online. If you manage social media accounts and you feel confused, unfocused, or straight up wackadoo, welcome to the club. We meet here once a week. Hello, I am so happy to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about what's working on social media right now. The first thing that I want to talk about is increasing ad budgets, okay? I've got a client who we do consistent promotions for on their Instagram posts, okay? Basically, we've been doing a $20 promotion on every post. We do a post once a week, and it's been working well for us. We've been doing it all year long. Well, I've noticed throughout the summer that the results coming from those ads have kind of plateaued, and then they've also been kind of going down. They're not anywhere near as efficient right now as they were at the beginning of the year. So I brought up the idea, maybe we try just increasing the promotion amount. Not a lot, maybe a little. Let's go from $20 up to $25 in our promotion. Okay, we're talking a $5 difference. It's not that much. But it was interesting what happened. We went from getting, with the $20 posts, the $20 promotions, we were getting about 100 likes per post, and we were getting about 30 follows per post or per promotion. Now, I know even that for a lot of accounts is great. But this account, it's not near as good as it was earlier in the year. So when we boosted up to $25 on the promotion, it went up past 300 likes. It went up past 100 follows off of one post. Okay, I know this doesn't happen all that often, but this account, it happens pretty often. And so that just little bit of increase actually boosted by double the amount of likes that we were getting. It actually almost doubled the reach that we were getting to. So the biggest point that I want to give you as a takeaway for this is, if you have had for the whole year maybe a consistent promotion budget, and each post you're promoting by 20, 50, 75, whatever it is, you've been consistent on that, maybe start to vary it a little bit. Even a $5 increase might increase the amount that it reaches and the results in a pretty significant way. Give it a try. The major thing that I want to talk about that's working for social media right now is audits and strategy plans. Okay, we are entering into Q4, and during Q4, we're doing a lot of planning for all of the upcoming year, right? So one of the best ways that we can use this time is to do an audit and strategy plan. As a social media marketer, we can stay down in the weeds sometimes. We're getting posts out. We're looking at this month's reports. But sometimes we need to come up to a higher perspective, and apparently you have to be sucked into a higher perspective. But we got to come up into this higher perspective and look down at the work that we've been doing and the work that other people have been doing to be able to create a better map that's going to work better for us in the upcoming year. So I'm going to walk you through what we do in an audit and strategy plan, and maybe you can pull something from it and create a great plan for your next year of content. So first thing that you do is revisit your social media personas, okay? So every business should have some personas, marketing personas. Who are the potential customers that you're trying to reach? And it's even better if you can have ones that are specific to social media. Which ones of these are you reaching on social media? So revisiting those, looking through those with more than just yourself, with the team that you're working with some people who are at different levels of management within the company. Relook at these personas and say, are these still the correct people for us to be marketing to? Make changes based on what you hear in those conversations. Check. That's step one, revisiting your social marketing personas. The second thing that you want to do is a user journey exploration. Okay, Adrienne on our team runs these, and they're so fun to watch and be a part of. If you've never run one before, let us know. We can get you in touch with Adrienne, and she can walk you through some of the steps. Overarchingly, a user journey exploration is watching target personas, journey all the way through the sales funnel, okay? So we start by taking that persona and looking at the top of the sales funnel in the awareness phase. And we ask, what is that person thinking, feeling, and doing during that phase of the sales funnel? And what are our touch points with them? Where are we going to connect with that persona? Is it going to be through a podcast? Is it going to be through your website? Are they searching for you somewhere? Is someone recommending something on social media? So each phase, from awareness to consideration to transaction to after the sale, you're looking at what that persona is thinking, feeling, doing, and what the touch points are between that person and your brand. Now, the interesting thing that you'll find during this exploration is content ideas just blossoming in every phase that you're looking at. So when you think about what those touch points are, you can then go to your website and say, okay, if my website is one of the touch points, how is it serving this person when they are thinking, feeling, and doing these things at this time? And they're here at my website. How can I update and improve the experience that that person is having now that I have a more focused idea of what they're thinking, feeling, and doing during that time? So content ideas, campaign ideas will squeeze out of that exercise, and that's the point. Getting lots of campaign ideas that you can work into what your strategy is going to be moving forward. One thing to note during that is that there often are things outside of just social media that you're going to get ideas for. Like I mentioned on the website, you might end up needing to bring in different parts of the marketing team or the digital marketing team in order to have feasible improvements on these other avenues that are outside of specifically social media. Okay, once you've finished your user journey exploration, now it's time to put your head down and do some deep dive into analytics, okay? So you've probably been building monthly reports for your social media progress all year long. If you haven't, that's okay, but you should be, and so let us know if you need help with that. But instead of just looking month by month, now we need to start looking for bigger patterns, okay? You should be going through platform analytics, each platform on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and looking for the top performing content. That's a big piece. What did well and why? And then looking for patterns. Is there patterns in what did well on each platform or cross-platform? This is some of my favorite part of social media strategy, is looking for these patterns. It takes a good chunk of time for you to really dive into multiple platforms and find the data points that are going to be most useful on multiple platforms, and then to let your brain marinate on them until you find something that you see, yes, from this platform and this platform and this platform, I'm seeing this positive engagement, okay? So playing with that is very fun. Another thing that you should be thinking about when you're doing that deep dive into analytics is perhaps having multiple people, because the patterns that you recognize might be different than the patterns that someone else recognizes. So having multiple brains on an audit like this can yield much better results. We never do them with just one person. We always have at least two people on an audit and strategy team. Even beyond simply best performing posts, I think it's important to also look at best and worst performing platforms. Okay, so if you're seeing that one platform all year long got very little engagement, but you're putting in equal amounts of time onto that platform versus another, it might be time to retire that platform, put more energy into the platforms that are working well, or try something new. Maybe your LinkedIn has been dead for 2 years and nobody's really willing to talk about it, but like you haven't started a TikTok yet. Why not get rid of the things that are not yielding the return, and you know they're not yielding the return because you've been trying it, and try something new instead? That creative energy will be much better suited if it's done data backed, really. Okay. The next thing that you're going to focus on is what competitors are doing, okay? So if you can identify a few competitors that you have, or even I've had clients who have a gag reflex to the idea of like looking at competitors because they think they're so unique and that you can't compare them to anyone, whatever, okay? So maybe we don't have to call them competitors. Maybe we can call them brands, okay? So other brands that maybe you want to emulate. If there are brands that you've kind of put up on a pedestal and you'll say, I like their content. I want to be like them. I want to build a community like their community. Those are great ones to take some time to analyze. So what you might want to do if you're looking at competitors is look at how much effort that they're putting onto each platform by looking at post frequency, community sizes, the amount of engagement. You can even look, at least on Facebook, you can look and see any ads that they're currently running to see what kind of promotions that are coming through for that page. You should pick out what some of the things that the competitors are doing that are working well for their social media channels and some things that are not working well for their social media channels. Simple, get some screenshots, put them up there, draw a line of any patterns that you see. A lot of times, surprise, surprise, what we'll say is that in almost all of the audits and strategy plans that we're putting together when we analyze competitors, what we find is that content with humans is some of the best performing content across all platforms. So if you don't have a good photo solution that really includes the real people that are working within your brand, I'm just going to give you a clue that that's like a great campaign to start next year, okay? Get some authentic stock photography going and start to post the real humans in your brand. You could just add that into your audit and strategy plan now and find all the examples that you need later. Okay, the last thing that's really the meat of an audit and strategy plan is the strategy, right? So after you've gone through and you've looked at who your personas are, you've looked at what they're experiencing in their user journey through the sales funnel, you've looked at your analytics and what's working and not working, you've looked at your competitors. Now you're going to say, okay, I have all the information that I need. Let's start building some intentional campaigns. So basically you can then go from platform to platform and say, okay, on LinkedIn, these personas are there. So to serve these personas, we're going to recommend these campaigns. It's data backed by the fact that the best performing posts for us and our competitors were XYZ. Here's the objective of that campaign. Here's how often we should be posting about it. Here's what kind of presence management strategies we're going to need to have around that content. And you do that for each platform. And sometimes campaigns that you're going to come up with and put into that strategy plan are going to live on many platforms. Sometimes they're going to live on only one. So detail that all out and freaking design it and staple that thing together and hand it to the people in front of you and say, listen, now we have some data. This is the plan that we're going to enact, and it's going to significantly improve your effectiveness over the next year for your social media. And it's also just going to make you look really smart. Like, you're just going to look really smart when you've done the work to analyze and data back your decisions and come up with suggestions. Who's going to argue with you when you've got the numbers? Nobody. Okay. Good luck. You're going to do great. Hey, if you're looking for ways to build your foundational social media strategy skills, we've got a course for that. I worked with Adrian Harvey, who's the lead digital strategist at Spry, has a master's in digital media, and has worked in digital marketing for over 10 years to create this course. The course is called Social Media on Purpose, and it takes all of the lessons we've learned over our combined 24 years in the industry and distills them down into bite-sized lessons for you to enjoy. If you're interested, check it out at thinkspry.com/courses. Also, we're kind of cute and funny if that's important to you. Okay, listen, it's fall. Okay, the days are getting shorter. The darkness is coming upon us. Everything feels like it sucks already. Have you tried one of those like happy light things? Should I get one of those? Because I'm really afraid of what's going to happen as the days get shorter and shorter for me. It's really going to suck. So if it sucks for you too, I'm sorry. Please send help. Have a good week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Social Media with Lacey J is brought to you by Spry Social Media Marketing. Edited and produced by Chad Hinman and executive produced by Lacey J. Fott.